Hello everyone, and welcome to another Company Heroes 2 replay cast. My name is ATR, and today we're gonna have ourselves a 1v1 on Langreskaya. Our heroes today are going to be Mr. Obscura, playing as the British forces in the blue. And his opponent is going to be Easy, or EZY, playing as the Ostir, or Wehrmacht faction, in the red. So I'm back, guys. I was gone for quite a while, as you probably noticed. And unfortunately, I also wasn't able to get as many videos as I wanted to get done. In the meantime, I actually only got one done, as, again, you may have noticed. So, sorry. I'm back now. I should at least be back for 2 solid weeks, so we'll try to get those games going throughout that time frame, and hopefully I'll be able to cover my absence, because again, after those 2 weeks, I'll be gone for about half a week, not the whole week, but still, I mean, this time of year, you know, holidays and visiting families and moving back and forth, there's a lot of interruption here in the time that I have available to do this, so I do apologize. I'm sorry for the lack of videos. I know you guys have been wanting to see videos all this time. No, I'm sorry. But yeah, hopefully for now we'll be back for quite a while, and we'll be good. So anyways, we have Obscura and Easy duking it out in the fields of the Langreskaya. We see the MG42 for Easy in the center, catching that infantry section. A little bit out of position as one of its members decided to go around the long side of the fence, putting itself right on the side of that MG42 and getting the squad suppressed. He, of course, ended up getting himself killed in the process, and the Grenadier squad getting right on top of that infantry section, who is now getting beaten on and forced to retreat down to 2 men. So we haven't seen the Brits out for a while. I guess after the initial hype of the Brits being into the game, people started falling back a little bit more onto their more comfortable factions. And on top of that, we of course did get those 2 commanders that got added to the US forces. So people were jumping back to try those out. So we'll take a look at the Brits, see how they function now, and hopefully it'll be cool. So we see Obscura going for the Universal Carrier. Universal Carrier, I remember seeing it getting some changes. Also, there were, I don't know if it was a full patch or a hotfix or something when I was gone, so I don't actually know if there were any real changes that happened into the game since the last time I cast it. So if I miss something glaringly obvious, I hope that I can count on you guys to call me out on it and let me know how stupid I am. So center map, Grand Squad's forced to retreat, as the infantry sections, of course, are very powerful. They are able to dish out a lot of damage and take a lot of damage, and of course with this help of the Universal Carrier, able to push around and get itself into better positions. So we see Obscura going for his, well, tier 1, getting the platoon command post and bringing it up with assault, no, not assault engineers, Royal Engineers, sorry. Pilot squad over on the left-hand side, capping the strategic point, gonna get assaulted by the infantry section, losing one of its members on the approach as the SMGs managed to inflict a decent amount of damage. They do close the distance, getting themselves right on top of that infantry section, and with their SMGs, they are able to dish out more damage than the infantry section at that close range. They do lose one of their members, but like I said, they will win that engagement. Down to 1 man, kind of risking here for Obscura. Oh, he actually loses the entire squad. That is unfortunate, but we also see a retreat from the front here as the MG42 moves up, pushes away the infantry section, and the Universal Carrier is forced to just, well, pack up. I do remember that the flamethrowers were upgraded when they were made to be brought in line with things like the KV-8 and the Crocodile's flamethrowers. So they're stronger than the ones were. Not sure if they're, you know, good or not, but anyways. Easy trying to lay down some Teller mines up in the north, getting caught by the Royal Engineers and forcing the retreat very quickly. And we see another infantry section getting brought up for Obscura as he wants to replace his loss. We do see a Doctrine selection, of course, and that is the Vanguard Operations Regiment. That is one of the more popular Doctrines we've seen. It has the officer as it lands in with the glider, and of course, the mighty Croc. We do hear a Vickers machine gun on the field for, actually that's not what we hear. We have a Vickers machine gun on the field for Obscura, but that was actually the Universal Carrier's machine gun. opening up on the Grand Squad, forcing it to quickly retreat. MG42 taking some shots directly on that Universal Carrier, getting some damage off on it. It does not have veterancy, so it can't pop its incendiary rounds, but it does still manage to inflict some damage to that Universal Carrier. It's not a tank, it's a light vehicle, so it will suffer the consequences of standing in front of bullets. Infantry section getting upgraded with the medical supplies. That is a baseline upgrade that most people get. We see a second one getting upgraded on the brand new infantry section, making sure that both the units themselves and the other infantry can be kept in top shape for Obscura. Universal Carrier backing off as it lays into the Grand Squad in the center. Grand Squad down to 3. Forced to retreat. Double infantry sections on the side would be taking care of them very quickly. Vickers machine gun inside the shack, shooting off against the Grens. Grens popping out, popping in. The infantry sections moving up in the heavy cover of the truck. Not actually getting the full benefit of it, although some members are in the heavy cover. A lot of them are standing outside, showing a global cover of not being in green, but it still counts. Grand Squad retreating. Second Grand Squad moving up, now in the hay bales. Going to be damaging the not the Universal Carrier, sorry. The infantry section as it closes the distance, getting one of its members, but it's now point blank range. Pio squad on the far right hand side engaging against the other infantry section, which does not move in to support the original one, so the Grand Squad manages to manhandle it there a little bit, keeping it alive at 3 men still, but it is forced to retreat. Universal Carrier moving up, going to be getting some shots there on the Grens, as we do have the MG42 behind it, now popping, well, not popping, but getting its veteran C1, which means it could potentially get those incendiary rounds. However, we see EC going for the tier 2, getting his 222 now out on the field, and will be quickly dealing with that Universal Carrier. Shots fly from the autocannon, down goes the car, and oh, a nasty shot there on the rear from the AT gun here of Obscura, clearing out the 222, so it came to blows, and a straight trade there, is what I'm trying to say. But the tier 2 is down, of course. Back at base, we do have a med bunker for Easy, so his troops will be covered up. And yeah. Grand's getting upgraded with LMGs. More Grand's just moving around. The flaming wreckage of the 222 coming to a stop. And more infantry sections over on the right-hand side, moving around, covering or capturing as the Vickers machine gun hold up inside this shack just covers the area. Grants moving all the way up to the north, going to be disconnecting that strategic point, cutting off the resources from the right-hand side for Obscura. Moving up with his infantry sections and the Royal Engineers, going to be trying to recover the point, although they do rush forward, getting themselves right on top of the wreckage of the 222, as it was providing the heavy cover there to the Grand Squad, which made it a little bit more difficult to dislodge. Infantry section does take quite a beating, down to 2 men forced to retreat as the Royal Engineers back off and will be trying to cover or recover the point, that's what I'm trying to say. As the LMG Grants shoot on them, they will cover and... Wow, why do I keep saying cover? They will recover the point, but it will be getting cut off soon afterwards. We do see the glider getting called in for Obscura. We'll see where he lands it. Now, it used to have a
supply line's been cut. Capture point. They're trying to take it.
It used to have like territory bonuses if you landed it in territory before, but they took that away early on. What it can do, though, is act as a retreat point, so sometimes you do want to set it up a little bit further forward. However, Obscura didn't really have any solid foothold on the map, so landing it in the base is pretty much the ideal condition. Grenade getting tossed on the Grens. Good grenade. Oh, a lot of damage. Down to 1 man. Can the infantry section pick him up? Yes, they can. Very nice pickup there for Obscura as he gets himself a nice little kill. We do have a sniper on the field for Easy. 2 kills so far. Infantry section in the center, getting beaten on there by the MG and the Grens. The Grens could potentially pick up the kill. Can they actually get the volley going? Shots flying at range. They're unable to get any good hits in there, and it barely makes it out of there. Second squad behind him, and the glider commando, or what the hell is it called? Air landing officer. Getting right on top of those Pios. Pios taking a big beating. Oh, it looks like they lost their flamethrower. However, the squad itself remains alive as the guy manages to outrun the flames and keep himself alive. Actually, didn't know that. I thought the flamethrower igniting crit was side effect, potential side effect of a unit getting killed. Like if they killed the entity that had the flamethrower, it could potentially ignite it, but apparently not, as the Pyro squad manages to make it out of there and is now back on the field. Does need, you know, another flamethrower if it wants to have it, but yeah, it's kind of weird. So the sniper is on the field, has gotten 4 kills so far. It's going to be a little bit difficult for Obscura to deal with unless he gets his own sniper. The universal carrier is considered the, you know, natural counter to the sniper, I suppose, for the Brits. Although does the Ike, the AEC, does that work? It might, actually. Not entirely sure. But, well, none of those are on the field right now, so we won't know. We do see over here the research weapon racks is getting upgraded there for Obscura. Getting him access to the Brens and the Piats. Over on the left-hand side, we hear engagements going as the Grens with their LMGs. Shooting up the Royal Engineers. Getting some damage going off on them. Air landing officer coming up on the flank. Going to be getting themselves right behind those Grens. The Grens are now on the wrong side of that heavy cover as the air landing officer puts himself on the right side. A nice rifle grenade flies. Gets some damage on the timber there, but does not manage to do too much damage to the officer. Officer now going to be picking off some kills there on the retreat, but will not be finishing off the squad as it is, you know, retreating at full strength. Sniper in the center, trying to pick up some kills there on the infantry sections. It's actually currently set to hold fire. I wonder if he's actually assuming that there's going to be the British sniper, perhaps. I mean, that might have been Easy's plan. Popping out a sniper, getting a couple of shots, and then hiding him, hoping that Obscura would bring out his own sniper and then just take that off. Maybe? Seems kind of a weird decision, but maybe. Anyway, so Grens in the center getting beaten on as the sniper was forced to retreat, so no additional cover. Grens, again, getting shot in all directions, taking a lot of damage there to the Vickers machine guns. And the Brens and the MG42 behind that in the heavy cover did currently get a little bit suppressed there, but it's still okay. Staying on the field, and we do have a pack gun for Easy, just in case something comes rolling down the hill. Second AT gun on the field for Obscura, as well, anticipating or believing that there is some type of vehicle plane coming, which one can only assume there will be. However, so far, nothing yet. We do have Tier 3 going down for Easy, which will be coming up in a little while, and then afterwards we'll see if he decides to build anything. And meanwhile, Obscura digging in, setting up some bit more defensive positions and getting down some sandbags in the middle of the road, allowing his troops to have some additional coverage. Not entirely sure he should be digging in that hard. He could potentially be pushing to get points over on the right-hand side and harass a little bit more on the left. Sniper is currently being brought over to the left-hand side to harass the engineers as the engineers are capping territory. They're going to take some shots. They're going to get shots by the Grens, so they probably need to retreat now, otherwise they're going to get themselves killed. Sniper is in position, since the sniper is going to be trying to move itself out of the way. We do have the air landing officer getting very close there. The air landing officer could potentially pick up the kill. Takes a shot, gets a little bit of a hit. There goes the sniper. Can the air landing officer kill him off on the retreat? Seems unlikely. A little bit of pat, pat, pat as it takes a couple of shots. Gets a little bit of damage, but does not manage to inflict sufficient damage to even threaten to kill the sniper. Grens in the center, harassing the officer, forcing it to retreat, losing another of its members. But with the dug-in infantry sections with their Brens, it's just going to get torn up. Royal Engineers over on the left-hand side, managing to keep themselves on the field, not faltering. Going to be capping that fuel point on the far right-hand side, allowing Obscura to actually have both of the fuels. I'm assuming, though, Obscura is not even going to be building his additional tech. He's just going to wait out until the croc seems to be what he's wanting to do. Or what is he actually planning to do? Nope, never mind. He is, in fact, teching. So there we go. We see the company command post going to be coming up. We shall see what he ends up building from that. Center map, we see the engineers were trying to lay down some mines in the center victory point. MG42 set up across the hedge, manages to catch it, suppress it, and forces to retreat. Far right-hand side, we have some Grens backing off as decap the point. We do have the Vickers machine gun still there, still holed up, and still covering the location. Infantry section behind it, healing up a little bit as it, does it have to spend? No, it doesn't have to spend anything. As it caps the point. Second infantry section moving up from the right-hand side. Sniper currently in the center, 7 kills so far. Not doing too great, but still there, still waiting. Panzer IV coming online for Easy. And on the right-hand side, the Vickers gets the pile suppressed, as a Bren infantry section is also trying to lay into it. So center map, the MG42 is fighting the infantry sections. The sniper moves up, gets another shot going, and then backs off. Over on the far left-hand side, we see the air landing officer and the Royal Engineers now upgraded with Bren, forcing the retreat of a Grand Squad down to one man. Barely makes it out of there. The sniper moving over to the left-hand side. Center map, the infantry section was forced to retreat. And on the left-hand side, the air landing officer. Yeah. Stop it, brain. You don't need that much oxygen. The air landing officer having its way with that Grand Squad with the support of the Royal Engineers, forcing it to retreat. And away it goes. Panzer IV now online. Panzer IV getting upgraded with the gunner on top, making sure that it has as much anti-infantry capability as it can. The air landing officer realizing, well, that's a tank. That's about as much as we can do. Let's go ahead and retreat. There are 2 AT guns on the field that could be repositioned to engage that Panzer IV. And of course, we also have a tank coming online for Obscura. That should be a, I'm assuming, a Cromwell? What is it? Yeah, that's a Cromwell. So Cromwell coming online. Unless I'm mistaken, the Cromwell engagement is similar to what it was between the T-34 and the Panzer IV, so it's pretty close. Can go either way. But having it on the field will help significantly fight the Panzer IV, especially with those AT guns. So Cromwell getting right on top of the piles. The piles trying to flamethrower the Vickers out of the field. Oh, going for the crush. Almost gets the crush on the pile squad. Critical retreat there for Easy. Manages to keep the pile squad barely alive. Down to one man on the retreat, but manages to barely make it out of there. Grand Squad trying to recover that point as the Cromwell has taken quite a beating here to the pack gun and of course the Panzer IV in the center. Now moving in, Faust going off by the Grens, getting that engine damage. AT gun getting cleared out by the Panzer IV and the Grens. And the second AT gun backing off as the Panzer IV moves into position. Shots flying. Well, the Panzer IV is just wrecking that AT gun. The AT gun is now turning itself around. Cromwell getting beaten on. Down goes the Cromwell. Down goes the AT gun. Obscura falling apart. A massive blow here by Easy. That might potentially cost him the game here. We'll see if he can recover. A big push here by all the infantry of Obscura. Trying to force everything back. The sniper forced to retreat. Grant's forced to retreat. Shots flying at the Panzer IV as the AT gun on the back got recovered a little bit there. We see the Royal Engineers moving back, trying to recover the second AT gun, but having lost another member, they cannot afford to sacrifice themselves, and the Panzer IV moves its way back, maneuvers out of the field, and keeps itself alive. But geez, that was a big blow. So infantry sections recovering the AT guns pushing forward, deciding to pushing back, as of course they have to pull back. Doesn't really benefit them to go forward. The Panzer IV is not... There's a fucking toy under my feet. Kicking it. Not sure if it's coming through on the mic. But the... yeah, the AT guns... yeah, the Panzer IV wasn't disabled even on the engine, like a light engine damage. So, yeah, the AT guns shouldn't really just push forward by themselves to try and kill it. Mortar on the field for Easy. Good selection there. Getting some good hits there on the infantry. Forcing the retreat of the Royal Engineers. Very low in health, but manages to make it out of there. Panzer IV taking some shots. Getting a good hit on the Royal Engineers. The AT gun's not going to be moving back. The counter guns get some good damage in there. There goes the hits down to half health. The Panzer IV now backing off. Shots flying from the sniper and the mortar. Moving out of the way, sniper moving up, going to be trying to get some more hits in there. Royal Engineers retreating, shot flies, gets a good hit, but manages to make it out of there with one man. Air landing officer and infantry section pushing forward. MG42 repositioning itself, going to get caught out there in the open. Sniper taking some shots, gets a shot on the infantry section, but the air landing officer is nearby. Sniper forced to move back a little bit as the Grens move behind. A good grenade goes. Oh, very good attempt there by Mr. Obscura. But Easy on top of it, moves his pack on out of the way, takes some damage, but he's fine. Grants with their LMGs pushing forward. We do have a mortar taking some shots over on the right-hand side shack, trying to dislodge the Vickers machine gun. But the Vickers machine gun is currently back at base. It did get veteran C3 as it killed 11 people, so it's doing pretty fucking good. And the air landing officer dancing around in the center trying to see if he can catch anything. Victory points are 355 to 412. Pretty much anybody's game, but currently in the lead for easy.
Our capture point. They're trying to
And
take
the mortars are taking some shots up into the north, near the sandbags, as we see the grunts pushing forward and approaching.
A capture point is being overrun.
Sniper does move up, is in position.
Ju-87 ready for panzer.
Stop. Is in position to stop the approaching infantry with the heavy sandbag there. However, with the support of the sniper can easily clear that Vickers, forcing it to retreat. AT guns moving up, getting some good shots there on the Panzer IV, but the Panzer IV will not be falling to that. I mean, it needs a little bit of a better follow-up or getting snared. And as cool as the 6-pounder guns are, they're not going to be able to clear it off. So one AT gun getting cleared off, left there on the field. The sniper taking some shots as it can. It's actually currently tracking the retreating guy, which is not going to help it in any way. But the sniper's got to do what a sniper's going to do, and we see Easy going for his second Panzer IV. Obscura now waiting on the Crocodile. He does have a decent amount of fuel, but he still needs to wait quite a bit more. Infantry section backing off, leaving itself inside that bush. Gonna get itself killed. Oh, barely makes it out of there without the shot flying. Stays alive. But right now we see Obscura basically getting pushed off of the field. We see the pack gun apparently taking some shots at the wrecked 6-pounder gun, making sure that Obscura can't recover it. Oh, there it goes. Oh, massive explosion. Look at that. It just blew everything out of the way. And the Vickers machine gun sets up, catches the MG42 out in the open. Unable to get it suppressed though, and the sniper keeps getting shots. 23 kills so far. Sniper doing pretty well now. And the infantry section backing off a little bit. Sniper took a little bit of damage, but manages to hide itself due to the cloaking. And we see a second AT gun getting produced for Obscura. Well, a third one, I suppose. And we also see the strafing support getting called in right on top of everything. Now, I do remember, though, that this strafing run got changed so that the rockets can only target vehicles and the machine guns can only target infantry. So before, it didn't really used to care. It was indiscriminate and would shoot at everything, which made it incredibly powerful. But now, they actually have to, target their respective things. So it's a powerful ability. It's going to, attack pretty much any type of unit, but it's not going to do it with any type of thing. Planes should be flying off in order to come around for another pass, right? Or no? I mean, there's things inside the zone, unless it had to be specifically there. Okay, one of them flies off. It's gonna come around for another pass. There it goes. Still 10 seconds left, so I'm assuming here it comes, right? No? No? Looks like the planes just flew off. Even though the ability says it's still active for 2 more seconds. Okay. But good reaction there for Easy. She's moving the hell out of the way, clearing it, and making sure it doesn't get harassed. I'm actually surprised Obscura didn't send somebody to cap here, seeing as, the zone was essentially a dead zone there. No man's land, so to speak. Rifle grenade flies. Rifle grenades get a brilliant hit there on the air landing officer, forcing it to retreat. He does pop some smoke as he retreats because I believe that is a veteran ability for the air landing officer. I'll double check that as soon as he's out. I can see control. Veteran C3 will drop a smoke grenade when they retreat and will heal while out of combat. Oh, that's kind of cool. But yeah, breaks line of sight when the retreat's, making it a little bit easier to keep that thing alive on the retreat. So, pretty close game, 337 to 374. Currently 40 in the lead, basically, for Easy. Going to be pushing over on the right-hand side with his Panzer IV. Does have a second Panzer IV, currently over on the north side. This is a brand new one, although it has gotten a kill, so it's seen a little bit of action. And we have the Grens going for the strategic point right outside the base. They came from behind. And, yeah, sniper's out. So, Who's a Star Wars? What do you guys think, huh? Let's talk about Star Wars. No, I'm kidding. I mean, there's a lot I could say about the new Star Wars, but I'm not going to because I know that a lot of people have still not seen it. So. Anyways, so the Crocodile is going to be finally hitting the field here for Obscura, so I'm assuming this is his ace in the hole or whatever the fuck you want to call it. His trump card, his win condition. So Obscura, I believe, is hoping here to break easy in one fell swoop with his Crocodile and win the game with that, because otherwise, if he loses the Croc, I believe that might be game for him. So yeah, the Grand Squatch is getting beaten on there by the Croc, taking a lot of damage, down to one man, almost getting cleared out, but forced to retreat. Croc getting some good shots there on the Panzer IV. The Panzer IV popping smoke, backing off down to half health. We do have the Pack-Gun, however. Pack-Gun capable of penetrating and doing a lot of damage. The Crocodile would have needed to move up and potentially flamethrower it if he wanted to clear it. However, it is going to be a little bit more defensive and back off. Behind the lines, though, we do have an Ostwind. Ostwind getting some hits there on the rear armor of the Croc. Does get a little bit of damage, a little bit of penetration, but it's not really too much. What it's really doing, though, is trying to clear those AT guns. Oh, a nasty hit there by the mortar for Easy. Getting a clear there on that second 6-pounder gun. Down to 2 men on the back one. And the Ostwind feeling very, very confident, very strong. Clears out the AT guns, forcing the retreat, popping some smoke, and the Crocodile doing as best as can. I mean, it has gotten 7 kills as as it hit the field, but it's not doing enough, I don't believe. Got some weird flickering going on there on the video, but I don't know what the fuck that is. Panzer IV over on the left-hand side, suffering some engine damage, as it seems to have hit the mine that was right there. Moving out of the way. Ostwind, very low in health, but still sitting there on the field. And the other Panzer IV also low in health, but again, sitting on the field. That keeps Easy with a lot of power on the field. And the Crocodile was forced to back off. Royal Engineers are nowhere to be seen. They're currently moving out onto the field, potentially trying to recover some AT guns. We do see one of them getting recovered. Royal Engineer Squad going to be retreating, and the AT gun going to be moved out of the way. Do we still have the sniper? No, the sniper went down. I'll go ahead and note that and see if I can pick up how it died. And it was probably around 26 minutes, but we'll see. And yeah. So, Grand Squad's pushing forward, getting some rifle grenades going on those infantry sections. Infantry sections, well, really actually able to stay on the field a little bit longer now, but without the sniper on the field. Not getting picked up and running the risk of getting killed without a chance to retreat. We do have a Vickers machine gun left there on the field. Interestingly enough, though, Easy is targeting it with the Grand Squads. They are hitting it, but it is a weapon, so it's not actually going to do anything to it. The pack gun should be the one to shoot at it to destroy it, if that's what it was intending on doing. And the Royal Engineers are getting repairs going there on the Croc, slowly but steadily. These guys can repair it, can they? Huh, they can actually. Oh. Who'd have thunk? Is that something to do with this? Interesting. Well, I wasn't aware of that. But anyways, well, we see Easy slowly but steadily just taking over all the territory here on the map, capturing all the map without really any opposition. Triple cap going against Obscura. Obscura now down to 240 points. The spread increasing to over 100 points now. Still has a little bit of time. Needs to recover the point over on the far right-hand side. Oh. Well, that was unfortunate. We see a Vickers... No, not a Vickers. Infantry section getting cleared out here as the house collapses. Even dropping one of their Brens out on the field. Could get picked up, potentially, by something. Although these guys can't. Did these guys pick it up? Nope. This guy pick it up. Oh, no, they can, actually. Huh, interesting. Maybe I was set on the other team, perhaps? I don't know. And we also see Easy adding up even more armor onto the field with the addition of a Stug. That's actually a fantastic choice for him. The only threat on the field right now really is the Crocodile. The Panzer IV can take some shots from it, but its weapon is not strong enough to beat it on a one-on-one. Pack-Gun, of course, can do a lot of work, but the Stug is actually very good. Very good against the armor there. Oh, Royal Engineers getting cleared in the center. Yeah. This is pretty much game. We do see another barrage coming in by Obscura, getting some good hits in there, although the rockets seem to do more damage to the infantry rather than the vehicles, who are sitting still there in the center. 6-pounder gun getting some good shots there on the Panzer IV. The Crocodile coming up for a flank, now down to about half health. We do see one of the planes coming down for a crash. Not sure what it's, which plane it was, since it circles around. It is coming around for another pass. We do see the 6-pounder gun managing to eliminate one of the Panzer IVs. The Croc, however, is now in a bad spot, and the Stug is going to be right on top of it. The Stug trying to move its way closer, trying to clear out the Croc. We'll be getting a shot off on it, although, oh, the Croc is doing a decent job at circle strafing it. Can the 6-pounder guns do enough? Nope. Shot flies. Main gun destroyed. Oh my god, I think the Ostwind is going to kill it. Ostwind gets ready for a... No, it's actually going to be clearing out the AT gun. No, it turns itself around. Shots continue to fly. Not getting penetration to the frontal armor as it was, you know, expected to. The Stug is now going to move forward with the main gun destroyed. It can chase it down to the end of time and kill it off without any opposition. The 6-pounder gun will turn around to shoot, but down goes the Crocodile. And with that, any hope that Obscura may have had to stay on the field. And yeah, with that, he throws in the towel, surrenders, and that is game. So, interesting games. Not really sure what to think about it, but it was solid overall. But yeah, I mean, obviously the Croc has been toned down significantly since its first appearance in the game. So, you know, trying to rely on that to be your, you know, what's going to win you the game. It's not going to be. I mean, it's not a Tiger race when it was also first added into the game. So, you know, it's a very good unit to have if you're already in a good position. You know, win harder, basically. But yeah, relying on it by itself wasn't really going to get him far. So anyways, guys, I do hope you enjoyed the game. If you have any positive or negative remarks, go ahead and leave them in the comment section below. If you have any replays you want to send me, go ahead and send them to the email that I will put in the description. But otherwise, I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.